Well, folks, it is Saturday night, August 1st, 2015, and these puppies are getting ready to go racing. Yeah, my 00, Tommy's 96, and then Tommy's girlfriend Shayla will be taking part in her number 2 car. New paint job for her. It's gonna look a lot like, or similar to the Rainbow Dash car. This one, you know, this one's been through a Demolition Derby. And you know this one's been Tommy's kind of faithful racing machine. So we'll see what's to come of this night of racing. All I gotta know is this guy's expecting some good things. Other than that, updates. So the last thing you saw last night involved us all pretty much getting ready to go. We finished up after I took some laps. Sarah and I headed out. Tommy fixed up his car, just a couple little things. Nothing really big that we had to prepare for this night, which is good because that also bodes well going forward in the amount of work we'll have to do. Of course, the question mark always lies on an event night and how much damage is going to be coming from anything. And we'll see. Legend Race right now is getting ready to go. You guys won't care about this, so ho, ho, ho. Here we go.
Here we go, flagpole racing. Let's see what we can do in this old car. S&J car, it's going to be a lot of fun. Trying to see what we can do. How many cars we can pass, keep it alive. Who knows? See if the thing will even start first. There's the first good news. Something making some noise like it's dangling. Oh, I know what it is. The side skirt of my car is coming off. That makes sense. So funny thing, starting in the back here, right in front of me are probably the 2 fastest cars on the track right now. So what's good about that is I can follow them, and wherever they punch a hole through the field is where I can follow and stick with that tunnel, if I get lucky enough to not lose sight of them.
So there's a lot of glass in this car that I have to protect my eyes from. It'll just be something to, so to speak, keep an eye on. Ah, they're doing it! What the hell? I guess. There's a lot of fast cars back here. We'll see how they do.
You okay?
Well, I already got clobbered once.
Jeffrey! Is my tire flat? No. Okay. I'm good, thank you. All done. Another top 10 finish in this thing, and it lives to live another race. On to the next event. Who knows what it's going to be. It's either going to be a chain race, figure eight race, or who knows what. But all three of our cars will continue on as far as we know.
No, it's done.
What'd you do?
I think I killed the transmission.
Oh, no power?
It won't go out at first. At near the end of that race, it just. So I got my foot to the floor.
Yep.
Did you see what I did on the last lap?
I don't know. I saw you go wide out of the last corner.
I went as hard as I could into the flagpole, which was probably like 25 miles per hour. Turned it, yanked the e-brake, and climbed the K-rail.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, listen to this. It would never go out of that. So I think this car might have given up.
Ready for a derby?
Yeah, it might be fun in a derby. And here we see the life of the car oozing out of it. There goes its spirit off to heaven. A wild night of racing here, flagpole race. What a wild.
I gotta tell you what, folks, that flagpole area was a lot prettier looking at the start of this race. Somehow it turned into a rectangle pole race.
Yeah.
But Jeffrey, that was your first time really running a flagpole race. That was my third time, I believe, at this point. I finished 8th. We don't know where you finished. And Shayla, one of the big things going into this race for her was either transmission gonna survive. It has a hole in the radiator, some small leak that squirts all the water out of it. No surprise, she said that the radiator was overheating again, but her transmission was probably 75% better. You went out there in your first official flagpole race. How did it go?
Honestly, I realized very quickly how busy you are behind the wheel. There's been times, plenty of races where we've talked to the cameras. Although we didn't have mics hooked up this time though, coming up in some events, we're getting plenty of microphones for that.
Yep.
I didn't even like once think, oh, I should explain what's going on. Because I didn't have time. There was no time. You're either on the gas going through this turn, going down the front straightaway, or you're getting ready to set up the flagpole. When you're going through that flagpole, there is so much going on.
Chaos, absolute chaos. It's a saying, it's a lot physical but more mental, because you have to look everywhere you're going. I mean, you gotta know when you're going into the flagpole who you're going in with, who you can trust, and then when you're in the center of the flagpole and you look over at who's coming in, who you can trust and who you can go for.
Yeah, and absolutely, and honestly, in that event, Tommy, it was a lot of fun, but it's probably one of the more stressful events you do.
Oh, big time. I mean, because you know that you're gonna get clobbered at any moment.
You just don't know when.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had a eventful / uneventful race. My goal going into this race is to bring that car back alive. It did. I lost 2 tires, but I also maybe caused the red flag. 65 driver, she got sideways and spun out in front of me, and I knew we were gonna collide. So I hit the brakes as hard as I could without locking them up in hopes that that car would slide down into the infield and I could just scoot by. But once her car got sideways, it stayed there. I hit the brakes hard, but I also lined up that hit when I hit her in the door. I basically knew I was gonna hit her, so I just squared it up. I wanted to make sure that it was not gonna affect both of our cars. The worst damage that can happen is if I hit her in the wheel. That's no fun if you get hit in the wheel, because that's a lot of damage for suspension. Other than that, got hit once or twice maybe in the flagpole area, nothing major, popped a tire, and drove the car off, no overheating issue. That bumper was barely hanging on by a piece of chain, and it survived.
Yeah, as far as I go, as far as exciting moments in the race, I did get hit going into the flagpole area. There was a stack up, a bunch of cars were stopping. I had to let up because literally it was either destroy my front end or just try and shove people through. Didn't get out of it fast enough though. Someone said, well, I'm not waiting anymore, and just hit me right in the rear driver's side door. And then my second most exciting moment was actually after I had taken the checkered flag. The transmission looks like it went out about with 5 laps to go. It won't get out of first gear, and it's stuck. So I'm just driving around going, And I'm like, all right. And at that point, I knew that car's done. It's no longer going to be in an event other than a Demolition Derby.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I'm like, well, I want to at least do something exciting. I drove it in the K-rail.
Yeah.
I swung it in the K-rail just for fun. So that's something.
You probably straighten out the wheel, if anything.
I think I made it worse.
Nah, probably.
Yeah, probably. So that, I mean, those events, it was a fun race. There was a lot of tight racing, but I mean, flagpole racing, what can you say?
No, absolutely. The biggest difference I think that I can take from flagpole racing, comparing it to any other, is that you're always racing somebody. Skid plate racing, there's some times where you can relax and realize that the guy in front of you is 4 laps down and the person behind you is 3. And this one, it's trying to survive.
Yeah, because if you're not racing the cars directly with you, you're racing to beat the cars coming into the flagpole.
Yep, and like we said in autograph session, which you weren't a part of, but I always explain to everybody, this is the race that you can win on the first lap, but easily lose on the very first lap.
Yeah, I think the only other moment that really comes to mind was, actually, you know what? I just remembered who hit me.
Who?
08. I caused the red flag.
Yeah.
I caused the red flag.
Oh, because it stopped after that, yeah. Poor Daniel.
Show them.
He can't get a break.
He deserved it.
But he also, yeah.
Yeah, he flipped me off once, so.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, folks, that's a wrap here on August 1st, 2015, Irwindale Speedway. The low budgets continue to just get low budget.
So the next event going into our Night of Destruction number 4 of the year, in between those events will be a figure eight chain race, possibly. It's on the schedule, but it sounds like it might change into maybe a figure 8 skid plate race. We'll find out, and you'll be along for the ride.
Yep, we know we got our cars getting ready to go. We got some prep that we're gonna start jumping on for that Night of Destruction event happening September 6th. So a little over a month from now. That's also Equestria LA weekend, which means it's gonna be super exciting because we're gonna have a special guest joining us for that event.
Stay tuned, you gotta find out. Here we go.
Shimon.